The dulcet tones of a 5-inch rig. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Thanks for joining a late night version of 5-inch Friday. This is going to be a short stream. I'm actually going to bring up the audio on DJ's stream. Sorry, DJ being Bot Grinder. I thought 11 o'clock would be late enough to not overlap, but he had a ton of video submissions, so that's all good. In the chat, Jackalope FPV was first, calling out Tits McGee, Sway on FPV, Rob Axelson, Frank Nicholas, Richard Imp FPV, and that's all we got. Rob Axelson says, well, we're waiting, in the voice of Judge Smales. He also says, the most quotable movie, Caddyshack. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we were talking about this last stream. Yeah, Caddyshack would be the most quotable movie ever, wouldn't it? What was the other one? What was the one that I'd previously thought was the most quotable movie ever? Which one were we talking about last stream? Rob Axelson also says, my Tiny Hawk Freestyle is now 3S and badass, made by batteries angry today. Nice. I can't believe the AIO is not blowing up. Hey, bot just finished up. Cool. So I only overlapped them by 7 minutes. Let me be a terrible shill and drop the link to this stream over there. Streaming now. Come say hi. Alright, cool. I did my shilling things. I'll do more shilling in a minute. Frank Nicholas says, Bachrinder likes to try to end it by 11 p.m. He probably will be off soon. Sway on FPV says, how can I restore my PID on my flight controller to the defaults without doing a full chip erase? Just go to like PID profile 2 or PID profile 3 that you've hopefully not made any changes, and take a screenshot and then just type everything in. That's how I do it. Rob Oxison says Snatch. No, it wasn't Snatch. The Big Lebowski. That's what it was. Yep, it was The Big Lebowski. Remayer Robinson says that crevice building dive was insane. Yeah, that was pretty fucking reckless. I don't know. I was that was like in the heart. That was like right in the heart of the separation between my wife and I went on this day trip to Greenville, had an amazing time hanging out with Gabriel and Rachel Summers, who I'd worked with. They were the director of photography and assistant camera on one of the short films that I did gaff work on in Charleston earlier this year, and we just had such a blast together working on that film that we met up, hung out at the lake. I flew Cinewhoop around the lake a little bit, and then we went out to get drinks. We went to a gay bar downtown to get drinks, and on the way there I saw that building with that little slot in it, and I was like, oh fuck. I'll never forget when I first saw it. I was like, like, I'm gonna have to. Like, I can't not do that. Hey, DJ's here. What's up, bot? How are you, brother? Yeah, I remember just being, like, really disappointed that I happened to see that. Because there was... And like, I was a good Christian boy, and I, like, started driving towards the bar, and then I got closer to the bar, and I was like, nope, I gotta go. So I texted him. I was like, hey, I gotta make a stop and fly a battery. I'll meet you guys over there. So, yeah. Luckily, I didn't lose it on the roof. But it was... That shit was crazy. For anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, one of the perks of becoming a patron of mine, which is $3 a month, it's 10 cents a day, is access to a YouTube playlist with, I think, 100 now. I think that was the 100th video. 100 of my, like, unreleased, raw flights, just random shit. Sometimes, like, sketchy stuff that I don't necessarily want to be public, right? So yeah, that's one of the perks of joining my Patreon. If you'd like to join my Patreon, the easiest way to do it is just to head on over to CiottiFPV.com. It's the very top link. There's a whole bunch of other shit going on here that really helps me out. A bunch of these affiliate links, if you're ever doing an order on any of these websites, if you hit this affiliate link before you check out, or if you use bookmarks, you can just replace your bookmarks with your favorite people's affiliate links. Yeah, I'll get 1 to 6% of your total shopping cart for free. You can still use coupons and get free shipping and all that shit. FPV Cycle, Amazon, Get FPV, Oh My God Site, FPV Crate, Banggood, Camera Butter, AliExpress. Those are the ones. And then On Etsy, I've got some cool stickers. Fiverr, I'm doing a bunch of shit. T-shirts over on Teespring. And FPV Exchange is a website that if you're not using yet, you're just missing out. You need to get on there. Look, I updated the... oh, great. Now they're not on here at all. Oh, no, it put them at the bottom. Thanks a lot, assholes. Teespring, for some reason, put the new stuff at the bottom. I changed it over to the two-color logo. So, yeah. If you're a car person, you'll recognize the font. This is from Hoonigan. It usually says Kill All Tires. CMYK-FPV changed it to Kill All Carbon. Because we be breaking some carbon. I need this fucking tote bag to come back in stock. I really want one of these things. There you go. Quadzimoto says, what's up? FPV Trucker says, just walked in from work. Salami Sam. Why am I such a fucking child? Why can't I read Salami Sandwich without giggling? Like an idiot. Oh, God. Salami Sandwich, a Modelo, and you. There you go. There's a fucking romantic evening if I've ever heard one. It had to be a salami sandwich, didn't it? A salami sandwich, a Modelo, and a 6'2" salami sandwich. Oh shit! Frank dropping the link to CiottiFPV. Thank you, Frank. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out for a minute here. This isn't gonna be a super long stream. Ruby Tim is in the house. Yeah, we'll just hang out for a little bit. I had another gig today that went a little bit long, which is what kept me from starting at 7 o'clock. But it was super cool. It's with a new director that I haven't worked for before, and he was really good to work with. So I actually stayed a little bit extra, and I actually gave him a little like first time working together discount too. So yeah, that was cool. Hopefully more stuff comes from his direction because, like I said, he was really good to work with. Yeah, so we're just gonna throw the camera on this guy. We'll put the camera in here, and I guess just throw the top plate on. It looks like it's pretty much ready to go. But then we'll jump into beta flight and we'll do a dump from the flight controller that blew up. So you guys will get to see how to do that. I mean, it's just... Actually, we're not going to do a dump. We're going to do a diff, which is very easy to do. But, hey, you'll get to see it. What's up, Grizz? And then we'll spin the motors up. I'll show you guys how to check if your motors are healthy. And, yeah, I can't wait to get this thing out and beat the shit out of it some more because... I want to get through these. I want to get through these motors. This rig is going to get the Axis motors, the Axis 2306s to see if to see how they deal with abuse. Basically, the only way that I'm going to go with these Axis motors over the F40 Pro 4s, since they're so much heavier, they're 1.5 grams heavier each. The only way that I'll go to these Axis motors is if they're really durable. And I just don't fucking buy it. Like, I just don't buy that any of these motors are more durable within the material of the motor shaft. All of the titanium motor shaft motors are going to be, like, a little bit more durable than the Eco motors that have stainless steel shafts. But yeah, like all of these titanium shaft motors, I swear to God, they're all going to be the same durability because everybody's using the same grade of titanium. If they weren't, some of these motors would be drastically different costs, like $50 a motor or like $100 a motor, if they were using real quality. Or I know titanium has various grades, and then I have a feeling that heat treating it could also maybe make it... I don't know. I don't know the fucking... What's the word? Metallurgy? I don't know metallurgy, but I know there are definitely different grades of titanium, and they have different strengths. So, yeah. For we're more than likely getting the lowest grade titanium, right? Because everything has to be cheap for us. Grizz FPV, goddamn, with a $20 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, man, thanks, got my Hero 8 mount with TBS ND filters. You are awesome. Very cool. What, Grizz, what'd you end up going with for the mount? Brain 3D or BMC 3D? And what's the frame that you're on? I know you told me, but I don't remember. I don't remember what frame you're on. Double A says hello there. What's up, Double A? How are you? Cool. We're all caught up. So yeah, the only possible way that I'm willing to sacrifice 1.5 grams per motor with these Axis motors is if they are drastically more durable, and I really don't think that they will be, but this is the rig that gets the shit kicked out of it, so this is the rig that, you know, I'm gonna put them on and then just bang the shit out of it. Brain 3D, that's right, Cinesplorer, right, yep, Brain 3D, and for the Cinesplorer, nice. I was flying mine today with ND filters in it. I have a Pyro drone order coming, which is going to be nice. I had to restock on some ND filters, and what else did I get? Hold on. I got a couple cool things from Pyro drone. Oh, so I got a replacement. Hey, Tattoo R-Line 6S 1400 mAh, big bastard for the high-speed rig, version 4 battery. I bought 2 of them. I cycled them maybe 5 times each by now. One of them dropped a cell, so it's now gone. So on the Pyro drone order, I got a replacement for that because I want to have 2. I want to have 2 good batteries. Those are the best of the big ass batteries that I found for that rig that just eats all the amps. So replacement there. Also I bought one Tattoo R-Line 6S 1050 version 4. I bought one of those, and that fucking thing dropped a cell too. So right now I have more than a 50% failure rate on version 4 Tattoo R-Lines. Because I own 3, I have a 4th one coming, but I own 3, and 2 of them have dropped cells. So that's not great. I don't like the fact that they're a little bit heavier anyway. The 6S 1050 version 4 is 170 grams. The version 1s, which you can still get, are 160. I'm sorry, the version 4 is 170 grams. The version 1 that I really like is 100. The version 4 is 180 grams. The version 1 is 170 grams. There we go. Quadzimoto says, what's your opinion on Emu Flight? Emu Flight is a fork of Betaflight from before RPM filtering, and RPM filtering is unbelievably good. So nothing that Emu Flight can do is going to unfortunately make up for that, in my opinion. There is a version of Emu Flight coming at some point here with RPM filtering. Then it becomes a little bit more exciting. But the main issue that I have with Emu Flight is there's a very small user base, so it's hard to get really good info about it. With Betaflight, everybody's using it, so there's a huge pool of info and data and videos and help and tuning strategies and tuning advice and shit like that. It's the same problem with KISS and Flight 1. It's just got this tiny little user base, right? Like, nobody really uses it. And what I found with KISS and Flight 1 is that nobody really had any good data. It was every time I would try to get any answer to a question, it was, well, try this, maybe it'll work. And I'm like, no, I'm asking, like, tell me what you've got like 8 different filter names. What do they mean? And nobody knows. Like, even Preston doesn't seem to know. It's just kind of nuts. So yeah, it's one of the huge advantages of Betaflight that none of these guys will ever be able to catch up with is the user base and the knowledge base, right? All of the best tuners are on Betaflight. And the biggest number of those tuners are on Betaflight. So, I mean, it just makes a lot of sense to... I know it's exciting and fun to try something different and be different and all that shit, but flight firmware is not the spot to do that, in my opinion. Make your quad bright pink or some shit like that, and then you'll be different with that, but fly Betaflight because it's better. Sorry. It just is. Frank Nicholas says, depending on how long you had the batteries, they will replace it under warranty. I've had good luck with both PyroDrone and RRQ in regards to battery replacements. You know, I never even thought to do that. I beat the fucking batteries to death so bad that that I just assume it's my fault. That's interesting. I'll have to take a look at when I got them, because yeah, it's kind of annoying. Like, I mean, although with a battery, I mean, like, also, like, I could have run them down. Maybe I ran them down too low. I don't know. I have a tendency to just blame myself because I know how I am. I know how hard I am on gear. But the 1400, it's like it hasn't been crashed. Neither one of them I don't think have been crashed. I think they both look very fresh. I'll have to check when I bought them. Good call, Frank. Rob Axelson says, got a new hotel being built in Savannah. Crane should be assembled in a week or so. Could make for some great footage. Hit me up. Nice. Doubt that I'll be able to get all the way out to Savannah, but you should hammer that thing, Rob. Cranes are, so fun. Fraser the Crane ate my quad, my edit. That was in a time period where I flew that crane like every couple days for like 2 or 3 weeks. It was really, really fun. FPV says, you're absolutely right. The wiki is by far the best part of Betaflight. Yeah, and having, you know, content being made by Chris Rosser, UAV Tech, Joshua Bardwell, right? Like, there's just actual data. And, I don't know, for me, that makes a big difference. Like, I can't do this whole, like, oh, just try another thing and hope that it works, right? Like, just put a different flight software on it and maybe it'll fly better. Like, that's not, I can't, that's not me. Like, I get it. It's got to be like, hey, like, just what do we have to change? More P gain? Done. Great. But, hey, that's me. Quadzimoto says, thank you. You're certainly welcome. Dylan Merck says, what's up, people? What's going on, Dylan? Jackalope says, I've missed some streams. Have you filled us in on the Rick Ross experience? Not really. I didn't really talk much about it. There was a communication breakdown. We showed up there, but then we didn't actually get to fly there. And they ended up having to change the commercial. It was kind of weird. The guy connecting all the dots was a young kid and bit off more than he can chew, and it just got stupid. But prior to that, I was working with Jeezy, DJ Drama, and some other big shot, flying around to Maybach, flying around their rooftop, and this, yeah. So I mean, that whole shoot was kind of nuts. The potentially flying at Rick Ross's 286 acre fucking compound, which used to be Evander Holyfield's compound, that would have just been the, you know, I might have just died because of insanity. So maybe it's good that that we didn't get in there, but I got to see it, and yeah, it's ridiculous. But didn't get to meet him or fly it or anything like that. Maybe in the future, who knows? GrizzFPV says, been out of the GoPro game for a while. What's a good set of settings for the Hero 8? I mean, same as always, Grizz. Flat, limit the ISO from 100 to 400. Lock the color, white balance rather, at 5500, and that's kind of it. Those are the main ones, in my opinion. Impact PV says, you can get rich with frame designs. No. I mean, no. I was about to say, if you sell them for $100, maybe, but still, even at $100, there's no way in hell. What else did I get? Oh, this is why I wanted to look this order up, because I got some of the new DAL 3028s coming. I also got another 4S 850. I'm slowly adding to my 4S. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to only have 2 batteries for pretty much all of my rigs. The chase rig is always going to need a bit of a bigger battery, but whatever. I'm trying to have all R-Line 4S 1050 version 1s for the 5-inch rigs, and then just all 4S 850s for the Cinewhoop, Cinewhoops and the whatever I end up on. It's going to be either a 3-inch or a 3.5-inch micro freestyle build. So yeah, I'm trying to just have like 2 batteries for all my shit. I'm sick of this. Like, it's so annoying to have like 4S 450s, like, and 4S 650s, 4S 550s, 4S 700s, 3S 450s, 3S 550s, 3S 700s, 2S 450s. Like, it's just so annoying. If I can just like narrow it down, yeah. I have like 2 full cube things in this just filled with lipos. It's just like a fucking hand grenade sitting over there waiting to burn the whole world down. I want to narrow it down a little bit. Grizz FPV with a $10 super chat. He says, thanks, man, trying to get on your level. Let me, no, those are the main settings. I was going to say, let me look. Also, of course, 24 frames versus 30 versus 60. If you're working with a director, always make sure to check with them. Usually they're going to want you at 24 frames, which is kind of annoying, but is what it is. And then, yeah, it's pretty much it. You're going to love the 8, dude. The 8 is a great camera. I'm going to be sad to see mine go. The director that I've been working a bunch with, when I told him about the specs on the 10, he got really excited because he was trying to talk me into building a lifter, and then he was going to buy a Z-Cam for me to use. I basically told him, like, look, I don't have like the $2,000 that it's going to take to build a lifter and buy a bunch of batteries for it. But that was right around the time that the GoPro 10 specs leaked. And I think it does 5.6K or maybe it's 5.2K. And when I told him that, he was like, "Oh shit, okay, let's just do that." Because I don't really want to get into the lifter thing. Like, it's too new, it's too fucking sketchy, and like I would really prefer to push the GoPro to its limits. It's just so much. It's just so much safer and easier, and like. Yeah, like I can't imagine flying one of these lift. I mean, you can't fly the lifters around people, and most of the jobs are flying around people. So, and I know that they're working on like a Cinewhoop base for the big heavy cameras, but like, no, like you can't do anything fun with that. Like, you can just put it in a hallway and then hope that you stay centered in the hallway. You can't like do any of the fun stuff that I'm having a really good time, like flying under sink, like sinks that have the big swan neck, like fucking flying under them and shit. Like, oh yeah, that's what I need. Big FPV says the 9 had 5K. It did, but it was I want to say it was a lower frame rate maybe. The other thing that he was super psyched on is that the 10 can do 60 frames 4K 4x3, which can then go through real steady. So he was really excited about that because I've had to make him pick. If he wanted 60 frames, I've been having to drop down to 2.7 to get 60 in 4x3 for real steady go. So yeah, the 10 should be really good. I'm excited, and it's a little bit lighter than the 9. It's only a couple grams, but every couple grams helps. Tannard with a $5 super chat. He says we have the same shirts today. Nice, brother. This is my Rampage shirt. This is the was this the regular? Yeah, this is the regular attendee shirt. I was also given the staff and the volunteer shirt, so I've got these in all 3 colors. But this is the best color. I had to get one of these for the purple. Metal Dirt Skin with a $5 super chat. He says, "I'm putting parts aside for a lifter. Pray for me." They fly good without the camera on them. They fly like a 5-inch rig actually without the camera. That's not true. They fly like a 7-inch rig without the camera on them. But yeah, I'm also kind of waiting for like a good lifter frame. There's not really a good lifter frame. The Sicario did horrible in the vibration analysis, of course, because it's got carbon with bend in it. Yeah, I mean, here's what's gonna happen. FPV Cycle will eventually come out with a frame, and Bob will have paid attention to all the mistakes that the other guys made, right? And it'll be fucking awesome. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. I actually went as far as to message him and be like, hey man, probably won't happen for a couple months, but I am gonna be on the lifter train. It's looking like you got something in the works, and I can't tell you what his response was, but yeah, I went as far as to reach out to him. So, but yeah, I'm glad that that this director kind of let that chill out, because that's, yeah, I mean it's just the batteries. The batteries are just too expensive, and that's never gonna change. So yeah. But hey, this is more exciting than that. These are potentially the best 3-inch propeller that we have access to right now for heavier, like heavier than toothpick 3-inch rigs. So I have 3 or 4 sets of these coming. They are 30-28, so they're a good pitch. I don't think they're going to be super durable, because this BASF material that Dow uses is just not super durable. It kind of bends. And or no, sorry, not BASF, Bayer PC material. Yeah, I don't love it, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's great. Maybe they made the blade thick enough where yeah, it'll be beautiful. Don't look at that. I got a F40 Pro 4 replacement bell. I got a bunch of ND filters. I got some more GemFan 3520s. And yeah, replacement battery, and also a replacement version 1 6S 1050, because I've actually kind of wrecked a couple of them. So I got to get back up to 8. I like to have 8 of each battery. Or no, I like to have 8 of like the main battery that I fly. So I want to have 8 1050s, 6S 1050s, and 8 4S 850s. Because yeah, those are for the 2 rigs that get flown a lot. Let's get some work done. And by let's, I mean me. Grizz FPV says, damn, did I start the super chat train? You did, brother. Michael Blade FPV says, hey, happy Friday night. Happy Friday night indeed, Michael. Remy Tim says, you don't really need like a really tight tune on a lifter, though, because it's not meant to be freestyled ever, so you don't need top-tier vibe performance. Yeah, very true. Very true, Dan. But I've actually heard from more than one person that the Sicario is a bitch to tune, which makes sense after seeing Rosser's video. Without the camera, though, man, the tune feels good. The one that I flew at Rampage without the camera on it, it was crazy. Because, yeah, the camera is so heavy that the tune with the camera on it is nutso when you take all that weight off. Rob Oxen says, what's the pitch on the blades? 28, 30-28, so it's a 28 pitch. So that's pretty good. Ruby Sim says, Bear, makers of aspirin and apparently Dow props too. Smooth Groovin says, swap my 250 squid on an Apex Micro 4-inch with the new Brother Hobby 2005. Nice. 380 all-up weight on 6S so far. I'm liking it. Very cool. You know, Smooth and Groovin, it's weird that you mentioned that, because I was thinking literally in the shower yesterday about I wanna build something heavy. So I think that 3-inch props are gonna be really good at like I know that it's good at 220 grams all up. I think it's gonna be good on at 230 and maybe at 240 as well. We'll see, right? So then that leaves 3.5 inch. I'm fucking enamored by 3.5 inch props right now. The 250 on the Xnova 1804s with the 3.5 inch props is just brilliant. The best flying micro ever. But it's also at 280 grams. At 280 grams, that 250 frame is, I don't think it's going to really hold up all that well. And I don't want to find out because I have the 20x20 stack in it, and the arms are not removable without pulling the stack. So it got me thinking about what other kind of heavy-ish, because like at 280 grams, it's like nuts. Like it's really, really lively and quick and snappy, and so for a 3.5 inch prop, I almost feel like 290 or 300 grams are going to be a good all-up weight. And at that point, I can run an Impulse RC Mini Apex frame. That frame with the 4-inch arms is very heavy, but that's kind of what I want. Like, I want a little bit more weight on this thing. And what's interesting is, with the 1804s, the 1804s have a 3mm motor shaft. So they're going to be durable. That's going to be a durable motor. My complaint about the Impulse RC Micro Apex has always been that the arms are too thick. The arms are 4mm, which is way too thick for a 2mm motor shaft micro motor, but maybe it's not too thick for a 3mm shaft motor. So, yeah, I think I sort of talked myself into doing a 4-inch Apex Micro. So it's funny that you mentioned that, Smooth Groovin'. How the fuck are you at 380 grams all up weight, though? Is that just a gigantic 6S battery? Although, wait, you probably have 4-inch props on it, so that's actually probably really good with 4-inch props. 380 all up with 4-inch props, that's probably about right. Because, like, 380, almost 400, and then we jump on a 4-inch prop, and then we jump up to 600 grams on a 5-inch prop, right? Like, 380 is probably just about right. That's pretty slick. On a 2005, it's a big motor for that rig, too. That probably hauls ass. And you can probably get the tune really locked in, especially if those motors are nice and smooth, not coggy. Ruby Tim says, good to know about the Sicario. Cricket told me it was a bitch to tune, and then I forget who else it was, but the other person ended up having to go to Mark Spatz to have it tuned. I forget who that was. Rob Oxison says 6S on 4S batteries. People still on the fence. People ask about different PIDs. Oh, 6S on 4S motors. Got it. 6S on 4S motors. People still on the fence. People ask about different PIDs. No need to do different PIDs as long as you use motor limiting. That's the beauty of motor limiting, is that 6S battery, 2400 kV motors, you just pull the motor limiting down to like 70%, and that scales the PID loop down as well. So you can run the stock PIDs, they'll work totally fine, or you can crank up the stock PIDs by 5 or 10 or 15 points, and it'll be really locked in. Yeah, that's the beauty of motor scaling. And then the only problem with motor scaling is then when you go, so if you then go to a lower voltage battery, you're gonna lose, hold on, let me think about this. Right, the problem is that when you use motor limiting, if 70% is not quite enough power in that case, but your tune is already locked in and like kind of on the ragged edge, if you then raise the motor limiting up for more horsepower because you go to like a big location, it's going to send the PID tune over the edge. My solution for that, and the right solution in my opinion, is for your tune never to be on the bleeding edge, because the gains are minimal and the risk is astronomical. So yeah, that's the only problem with motor limiting. But if your tune is not at the ragged edge, you can easily go up. I've gone up by 10% and not had an issue. The tune just feels locked in because you've given the PID loop 10% more horsepower, basically. Smooth and Groovin says WIT Insta360 Go V1. Oh, that's what's on that rig. Nice. Also did bend a motor on the Maiden, fell on the concrete from a tree. Yeah, when motors hit concrete, you can't really expect them to not bend, unfortunately. I wonder what the can you tell if that's a 2 or a 3 mil motor shaft? Smoothen? Do you know how to tell that? Mel Dirksen says maybe that Tooth Fairy frame of Bob's, he has 3-inch arms, and it might be durable at that size. The Tooth Fairy frame, isn't that the one that requires you to run? Yeah, I had a prototype of that way back when. The 4-inch drifting video from like a year ago now almost. That's with the prototype of that frame. I totally forgot about that frame actually. It's got the vertical carbon up front because it's kind of meant for the it's meant for DJI. So I don't know. I have such a hatred of vertical carbon. Frank Nicholas says, on the Cinelifter, Nurk went to UAV Tech to have it tuned. Not that he thought it needed it, but he wanted to see what UAV Tech could do with it. Yeah, I remember that. I think Nurk talked about that at one point. But there was somebody else. There was somebody else that was having a problem with theirs that ended up hiring Mark. I don't remember who the hell it is. Rob Axton says, thank you, I'll pass on the info. You're certainly welcome. Betaflight can be set up to auto for battery cells. What do you mean, Rob? What's that mean? Learning to not feed my quads asphalt and concrete helps their life longevity. It does. Smoothie Rubin says, the new brother hobby LA is not T-mount. That's okay. So the thickness of the motor shaft below the bell is what's important. Above the bell, T-mount, believe it or not, is actually more durable because it's a shorter lever to put torque on the motor shaft below the bell. So T-mount is actually more durable than the M5 mount. But yeah, the M5 mount can neck down to a 2mm motor shaft or a 3mm or even a 4mm, like on our 5-inch motors. All right, let me start putting this camera on. All right, we're done. I mean, kind of are. Like, just need to go like this and like this. Oh, I gotta put the nuts on the flight controller too. There we go. There's something else that of value that needs to be done. So I'm putting a Foxier toothless Starlight in this because I have just so I bought a couple of these. I bought one of these for the fireworks extravaganza, and then and I really kind of fell in love with it, and then I flew it during the daytime, and like it's like a regular camera during the daytime. Like it's totally fine. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see a point in running any other camera because like by running this camera, when it gets really dark, if for some reason you need to fly, you can, because it's a true low light camera. And then during the day, you can fly too. You know, like like, I don't... and it's low latency. There was a latency test. Oh my god, we get to use the nut grabber. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's time for me to grab your nuts. Just kidding. I'm going to grab my own nuts instead. Oh, I got this one. I grabbed the first one. Oh, it feels good, guys. I'm not going to do that to you. That's cruel. Smoothie Groovin says, I see what you mean. Roboxon says, Betaflight can be set up to auto-set the flight controller to read the battery cells, so when you plug in the flight controller, it sets itself for 4S or 6S. So, Rob, are you talking about in each, you can set up individual PID profiles for 4-cell, 5-cell, 6-cell, however many cells you want, and then Betaflight, whenever Betaflight launches, it always looks at the voltage of the battery and it makes a determination, and it will automatically switch between those PID profiles for you. That is a really handy feature. It's not a necessity for what it's not a necessity for the motor limiting, because usually if somebody's going to run usually somebody's just going to pick 4S or 6S and they'll buy all those batteries. But it's really nice. It's how I actually had my shit set up for a while. I had PID profile 1 set up for 6S and 2 for 4S. The PIDs were exactly the same though, because the throttle limiting was pulling everything down. So the PIDs don't, when you do that, the PIDs don't need to be any different between the two of them. But it's nice that it'll auto-select. On the 4S profile, for example, you can set it to 100%, 100% power. And then on the 6S profile, you can set it to 70% or 75 or whatever you want. So it's really nice for that, but yeah, you don't have to have different PIDs. You can, if you wanted to do that, I would recommend making the 4S PID profile a little bit more aggressive, just because 4S has a little bit less... 4S is a little bit slower to respond than 6S. 6S is very, very snappy. And the PIDs are based on time, believe it or not. So 6S being a little bit more responsive and a little bit more snappy, believe it or not, it makes the PID loop, it artificially increases your PI and D gains. Well, more your P gain. More your P and your I gain, come to think of it. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe not. Maybe all three of them. Shit, I don't know. That's, I could think about that for hours. Or I could relax and hang out with my buddies and read their comments. Such as... yeah, the Cadex Ratel is pretty good for day/night. The Runcam Micro Eagle though was just as good, so the Ratel didn't like knock my socks off like it did for a lot of people. This Starlight camera here though is just, it's a whole different. I kind of didn't buy into it. Like I bought the one. I was like, this is gonna be bullshit. I know it. And like, man, I really, because again, like the Micro Eagle is really good. It's really, really good at night. But my God, this is it's just like, it's like a fucking night vision camera. Like it's almost like an actual night vision camera. It's crazy. I really, it just melts my fucking brain. It's that good. It's crazy. I mean, it was up in the pitch black for those fireworks. Pitch fucking black. And like when there wasn't a firework going off, sometimes like it would get dark enough where I'd be like, but like as soon as a firework would go off or I would come anywhere near streetlights or a neighborhood or anything, I was completely fine again. It was really, really cool. That was such a cool experience. scary as shit and very sketchy, but I'm glad that I took the chance. And I did it in a very safe way, and I had, like, if it had gone down, it would have gone down over trees, and, like, I did it the right way, and I had 2 spotters and shit like that, but it was still, the risk of losing the rig was very high. Very, 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 very high. So, that was the sketchy part. But, you know, I would do it again in a heartbeat. Oh, thanks for cross-threading, Plastic Nut, you piece of shit bastard. Thanks for that. That was really... Was it worth it? You prick. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just talking shit to my nuts. Oh, come on, dude. Don't be a dick. These plastic nuts can be real jerks. There we go. Alright, so these guys are on... they might be a little too tight, though. Hear that, guys? I have a real issue with my nuts being too tight right now. Back these guys off a little bit. I want to make sure this thing has a little bit of movement. Man, why is it so... Did I, like, crank one of these down? What the hell's going on here? No, that one's just barely touching. Come on. Come on. There we go. That one's just barely on there. It does have a little movement. I think it's alright. I think I'm just being nuts. See what I did there? Get it? Nuts? Hold on. There. Still kind of tight, but that's fine. Whatever. Oh god, the chat is all orange. One of Turtinskis says you need one of those custom OBS transitions for Nut Grabber. Yeah, right? That would be dope. Roboxon says the pit profiles are the same, it just sets the voltage. It just sets the voltage, just auto sets. What? I'm confused. Rob also says success is awesome, instant response, I'm starting to like it. I put the Baby Ratel on my Tiny Hawk Freestyle and I love it. That's a good, yeah, tiny little rigs like that, they're good for those little tiny cameras, so they weigh nothing. Benedictson says, missed it, what cam is that, Baby Ratel 2? No, this is the Foxeer Toothless Nano Starlight. I'm now running Starlights on all my rigs. This specific Starlight camera on all my rigs because it is just so goddamn good. Let me move a couple of these wires around here, and then I'm going to throw the top plate on this thing, and we'll be pretty much good to go. I hope, man, this flight controller is really tight. I think these purple grommets might be a little too high of a durometer. No, I mean it's got movement up and down. It just doesn't have much movement left and right. Well, I don't know. I'll see how it is. If the motors get really hot, I'll know that it's getting too many vibrations. My method of tightening these nuts enough that they don't back out, but not so much that they they keep the rubber grommet from doing its thing, is to tighten them with my fingernail like this, just like by the nut faces. Like, so just like use my fingernail to just like tighten it loosely like that, and that way you don't over tighten them. Because you can't really get a lot of torque this way with your fingernail, you know? So you can't like over tighten them by doing it this way, I have found. But you always want to push the flight controller down to compress the grommets first. If you haven't pushed the flight controller down like that, the grommets might be sitting up on the screw, and then when you do this little trick, there'll still be a gap, and the damn thing will be able to move up and down. So, and when in doubt, you want to crank them down a little bit harder than they need to be. Because we've got shit like RPM filtering that's just going to completely cover your ass. Alright, so that's kind of getting pushed down there. I think I'm going to pull this little wire bundle back here. I like to keep do whatever I can to keep the as many of the wires away from the flight controller as possible, so there's no chance of the wires bouncing down into the flight controller. And giving the gyro like bad data, basically. So here's the remote control plugin, which I feel like I'm gonna need because I feel like this fucking thing is gonna have the Foxeer OSD on it. So let me think ahead, and I'm gonna pull this out, and I'm just gonna put it down there. Kitten, it is not your time to be fed yet, bro. I'm so sorry. I don't know what kind of Mickey Mouse operation you think I'm running here, but you get fed at the same time every night, homeboy. You know this. You know this. I'm actually going to leave it out like that, and then I can just flip it around and tuck it in when I'm good to fly. Although it would probably leave it like that. I don't think that's close enough to get into the props, to be totally honest. That'd be kind of nice to have it hanging out there. Alright, so I'm just going to push this ESC bundle of wires back here a little bit. And these guys are all sitting up off of the flight controller. And so now we're going to be good to go. We're not going to have any nonsense or any shit smacking into the flight controller that shouldn't be. That's one of the little details that like I never hear people talk about. And it's important, man. Like, understand that there's a gyro on your flight controller, and that gyro is everything. Like, that is the most important part of the entire build, basically. So do whatever you can to give that thing only good data. Only good vibrations. Only good vibes! Such a basic bitch thing to say. But we're taking it back, you know what I mean? We're gonna take that fucking saying back. Paul McDonald says, is that the one with the M12 lens? I'm not sure, Paul. It's a tiny little lens, though. It's a 2.1 millimeter Starlight lens. I'm putting a fresh TPU GoPro mount on this, aren't I? Aren't I? I think it's in this box. Oh, it is! Oh, look how fucking pretty that is. BMC 3D. Making the best Glide Session 5 mount available. Or I could run this Chaos Purple one. But this is the red rig. This is the red rig, so it needs to get the red one. But yeah, that's Chaos Purple. I didn't even order this. He just sent this to me. That was pretty cool of him. Brent's a great guy. Yeah, this is the red rig, though. It gets the red... Oh, and you know what? This won't match the violet TPU in the back. Perfect. Let's mount it backwards like that. See what happens. See what kind of footage we get. Bottom of the frame will be battery. And then the rest of the frame will just be ass soup. Oh god, sorry guys. Probably all dead now. So here we have our hardware. Have I been running red in the front or black? I don't know. Who cares? I'll do black in the front, red in the back. Rob Oxen says, I see the lava lamp. Where's the Minecraft torch? I gotta put them back up. I moved them, but yeah, they're actually gonna go back up. Doom Rider FPV is in the house. What's up, bud? Working on Cinesplorer tonight. Adding a true RC antenna that is longer, let's face it. Better than Cherry that comes with the Vista. Well, believe it or not, Doom, they're actually the same antenna. True RC makes the Cherry antennas for Caddx for the Vista. So unless your Cherry antenna was broken, you're not going to get any increase in performance. So, well, actually, the Cherry antenna is based on the OCP design. If you got the True RC Singularity, the little red one, then you are going to have a little bit of a better antenna. So yeah, if you've got the red True RC, then you will see a slight improvement. The OCP and the Cherry, I mean, they are still really good. But the quality control is not quite as high as with the Singularity. Sorry, I meant to say Rush, not Caddx a minute ago. Yeah, True RC makes the Cherry antennas for Rush. Rush does not make their own antennas. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Good catch, Metal. I think I'm caught up on chat. Yep, I did. Awesome. Who else is building tonight? What you building? I wish I could I wish I could show you guys footage from the Hero 8, but the codec that GoPro uses just fucking bends this computer over and shows it who its daddy is. It's terrible. But that's okay, I guess. It's gonna have to be. Kitten, why are you such a little bastard? Why are you in here crying all the time? Yo, look at that fresh fucking... Ugh. I'm absolutely not putting an ethics strap on it. It gets a brand new, beautiful, wonderful BMC 3D plastic buckle strap. Oh, look at this fresh motherfucker. Ooh, this is gonna look this nice for about 60 seconds of the first battery before I crash it inverted and smash the living shit out of it. Oh boy, look at that. That is just... Yeah. Alright, let's see how banged up these motors are. I think they're pretty... I think there's one of them that's pretty fucked. I do have another set of these motors on the test bed rig with the AM32 ESC in it, but the problem is I need to bug Patrick to bring a PC over so that I can get that AM32 set up, AM32 ESC set up. That rig is not really flyable. I gotta get that thing back up in the air because that's another like just beat the shit out of it rig, which is really nice to have. Especially because the other rig that I used to beat the hell out of has kind of turned into a cinema rig. It's kind of become like... Whoa, what's... Oh, okay. It's the battery wrapper on the table. It sounded like electricity popping, you know what I mean? Yeah, I kind of have two cinematic 5-inch rigs now, kind of sort of, one of them with a 20-degree mount, one of them with a 30-degree mount. It just, I can't, if I'm going to have to fly a 5-inch rig at one of these gigs, I can't just have one of them. The saying in the film world is 2 is 1, 1 is none. You have to have 2 of something. You just do. Interesting that this flight controller is set up enough that I can do this. I haven't even done anything. Oh, it's spinning the wrong motor though. Which is fine. All I'm looking to find out is how bad these motor bells are bad. They're actually not too bad. Yeah, they're really not all that bad. No shit. The two fronts are definitely the worst. Wow, no, these are totally fine. Okay, this'll, I won't have any jello or any kind of bullshit. Cool. So I'm gonna plug in the old flight controller. I'm gonna update the firmware. I'm gonna do a diff, and then I'm just gonna copy that over to the new flight controller, and we should be good to go. So let me plug the old one in, and only do this if you're going from the exact same flight controller to the exact same flight controller. Don't ever do this if it's a flight controller on a different target, or even just if it's a different flight controller at all. You come in here to the CLI and you type diff, D-I-F-F. And now this gives you every single thing that has been changed from the factory setting. The motor resources, all the things. So then you just highlight it all, and right up to there, copy it, disconnect, plug in the new flight controller, and if it's on the right the right version of the flight firmware, you can just immediately paste it in, but this one is not. So we've got to update the flight firmware first. Shit, I forget what version this other one was on. Hold on, because I do want to match the versions up as well. So this is on 4.2. Is that a 9? 4.29. Yeah, 4.2.9. Okay, cool. So that was the newest. That'd have been okay. 4.2.9. All right, so we plug in the new one. We are going to hit update firmware. Nope. We got to connect first and look at what the target is. Target is Acon F7. So now we're going to hit update firmware. It just happened to pre-select it because I must have flashed one recently. 4.2.9. And away we go. What's going on in the chat? Matthew Vega should be building because he has 2 broken glides, but he's too lazy though. That's all right, Matthew. Self-care. Being lazy is a version of self-care. It's all good. Smooth the Groove, it says, waiting on my Armaton Marmot warranty replacement frame to come to do a frame swap / rebuild. Smoothie, you should swap into a glide frame. You're going to like it better. Promise. Rumi Tim says, I'm literally working to finish my first glide build. Frame sent to me by Nevin at Christmas. Nice, Dan. Nice. You're going to love it. I'm thinking about doing a 7-inch glide at some point here. Just, you know, because I don't have enough shit going on. Doom Rider says, yes, it is the Singularity, and I did not know that TrueRC made them. In the wise words of Bardwell, I learned something today. Yeah, there's only like 2 companies that actually make antennas for us. TrueRC and Vaz. No, there's a third. There is a third. But TrueRC and Vaz make pretty much everything. Vaz makes all of TBS's antennas that, you know, TBS just markets as their own. TrueRC makes all the Rush antennas. No, you know what? It is just the two of them. It's just TrueRC and it's Vaz. Yeah, those are the only two. No, that's right. The Foxeer antennas. I don't know who makes the Foxeer antennas. They might make them. Foxeer might make them themselves. They might be the third company. Foxeer is a part of Dow, is the same company as Dow, which is the same company as Racer Star. So they're a big company. They can afford to. I'm assuming they can afford to buy the machinery, the tooling required to make their own antennas, I guess. Family Guyver says, building iFlight Sedora HD frame with pink TPU for my daughter. Nice. Got those Rose T-Motor Velox 2307s. Ooh, that'll be cool. She picked out the components. Very cool, Family Guyver. I love that. That's awesome, man. All right, programming successful. We are going to... Oh, it's on Bluetooth. Hold on. All right, I got to unplug it and replug it. That's super cool, man. I have... my girlfriend Maggie's got 2 kids, and it would be super cool if either one of them would have any interest in FPV. That would be pretty rad. That's got it. So I'm jealous, man. That's super cool. That's very, very cool. What the? There we go. Okay, calibrate accelerometer. It's sitting pretty flat, right? Yeah, it is. And then CLI. All right, so I still have that. Sorry, guys. So I still have that dump in the clipboard. I'm sorry, I have that diff in the clipboard. So I'm just going to paste it, hit return. It's going to go through and change all those things. And then hit save. And that should, AKK, thank you, Kevin Smith. AKK is the other company. I wouldn't be surprised if AKK made made Foxeer's antennas for them. FPV Trucker says, still can't get those Acon F7s to go into DFU. FPV Trucker, you know what I just noticed is that mine just went into DFU without me holding the button. I thought that I always had to hold the button on these, but I didn't even have to hold the button just now. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that makes me feel like yours might be broken, but that's weird, man. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. That's super annoying. If you email Joshua, he'll get back to you in a couple days. He's the guy. I mean, or post it in some Facebook groups. Maybe you can get an answer there that's not just stupid. Metal Dixon says, I'm trying to edit up some 250 GoPro Go-2 footage. Might even be worth watching. Very cool. Metal, have you been having any Jello issues with the Go-2? FPV Truckers just talked about that. Kevin Smith calling out AKK. Very cool. FPV Trucker says the Red F7 V 1.1 30x30s. Okay, yeah, that's what I have in the cinematic build, and I think I did have to hold the button. I don't know, that's crazy. Remy Tim says, who makes Luminaire Axie antennas? TrueRC. TrueRC has always made the Luminaire Axie antennas. Thanks for the reminder, Daniel. Yeah, that's the other company that TrueRC makes antennas for. FPV Trucker says they're new in new builds. God, that's weird. Dr. Vigno says, how do you like the Go-2? You know, I brought it with me to both of the shoots that I went on this week, but I just didn't think to actually use it. Yeah, so I don't know yet, but I need to use it. I'm so afraid I'm going to break it. I mean, I know that I'm going to break it. I just don't know how quick I'm going to break it. It's just so pretty. God damn, the case is so... I mean, the case will be fine, obviously, but I'll give it death soon, though, I promise. But Erickson says, seems like you get Jello if the Go-2 mount is in contact with the lens. Oh, wow. Those slim ones that don't touch it seem to do a lot better. Interesting. Okay. Oh, shit. Huh. That sucks because I'm putting it in the one with the I guess I'll try it in both. Damn, I really didn't want to put it in the non-lens protecting mount. We'll see. So now let's connect back up, and I'm gonna go through and see if I can find anything missing or not set up. Looks like everything's good here in the ports tab. Config tab. Bidirectional, good. Ooh, oh no, yeah, we should be good. The ESC is the same. Crossfire, nope. Everything looks good in here. One. I don't know why it just said one. PIDs are... Yep, PIDs are looking good. D-min is set up properly. Feed forward transition is good. Rate profile, yep. Throttle expo. Actual rates, yep. I fucking knew I moved this to 0.7. Okay, I'm gonna change that on the cinematic rig. Filtering. Yep, everything is set up properly here. Receiver, auto smoothness is set. That's good. 1,000 to 2,000, a little bit of deadband. Yep, that all looks good. Nothing in there. Oh, did it get the OSD? It did. Cool. OSD is good. VTX tables. Looks like they came through as well. I am gonna, just for the sake of making sure, I'm going to just drop the Tramp VTX table in here real quick and save it. And black box, 1 kilohertz, gyro scaled, that's still good. Let's see if it got PID some. I mean, it should have, but get PID some. It did. 80% and 70%. Cool. So we are done. The basher rig is back. All I got to do is kill 1 or 2 of these motors, and then I will put this onto the Axis motors, and we can see how they are. I'm gonna leave the. I have 4 more of these on that. Like I said, on that AM32 rig. That rig is gonna be where the remainder of these Pro 2s eat shit. So once I blow one of these up, I'll take these off of here, and then there'll be 3 extra motors for that rig. Where the hell that rig went? Oh, there it is. It's all the way up in the corner. It's the one all the way back here. Here, look. You can see by the crazy colored props. There it is. That's the 20-degree cinema rig with the dead cat arms. That's the chase rig. And then that's the, this has become the standard geometry 30-degree GoPro mount cinema-ish rig. Since it's got a, basically since it has a set of clean motors on it. Smooth and Groovin says, will a glide frame fit an OG Vista cam? Yes, absolutely. You'll have to use 23mm standoffs, but those are the standoffs that it comes with. So yeah, absolutely. The glide frame will fit pretty much any camera. You might not be able to put the flight controller up front with the bigger cameras, but I mean, who cares? You just do a 30x30 stack in the middle, and you're good to go. FPV Trucker says, I'm done fooling with them. I ordered 2 Hobbywing F7 X-Rotor convertibles. I'm sure those will be totally fine. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're being bad. Alright, cool. We're all caught up. So this means we can start screwing around. Well, this means that this is garbage, unfortunately, so we'll throw it on the garbage bin cube. This means that... What's this mean? This means that we can get back to work on the Ripsqueak number 3 builds with the 1504 motors. Joshua Bardwell actually messaged me last night asking about the 1504 motors. And I was like, I don't know yet, but I'll know soon enough. So that'll be cool. I definitely want to get this thing done. I have really high hopes for those 1504 Zings. I can't believe how smooth they are. Like when you turn them in your fingers, it's like, wow, okay. And the fact that they're 9x9 mount is really good. And it opens up some windows for prop guards. Hey, keep meowing. It'll definitely help. I'll just come running right out. This fucking guy. Oh, I shouldn't be mean because I'm only going to have him for another couple of weeks. I think I'm in a good enough place mentally at this point, and it would be nice to be able to stay at Maggie's for like a couple of days at a time. I told Kristen that it's time for Harry to go with her, which was the original agreement, arrangement, whatever. I had just told her, like, look, you know, you're leaving me, not the other way around, and like I kind of need my little support buddy for a little bit. So it's been a couple months, and that's kind of what I said, you know, probably need him for a couple months. So yeah, we have nothing if we don't have our word. So it's gonna be sad as hell, but yeah, it's life sometimes. Moving on. Basher rig is good to go. I can't wait to smash the shit out of it and break it immediately. It's gonna go over here. And then this is the AM32 rig that I'm gonna leave out to remind myself to bug Patrick to bring a laptop, a PC laptop, so I can get it going. Cool. Any last minute thoughts? I'm gonna wrap this up, I think. Before I do that though, I'm gonna do this. This way I'm motivated to keep going on this. What did I end up deciding? To leave it in the, leave me alone, kitten. Speaking of leaving. Leave me alone. What did I decide? Do you guys remember? To put it in the new frame or leave it in the old frame? Old frame. I'm leaving it in the old frame. That's right. Yeah, so we're leaving it in the old frame. So I should be able to finish this up pretty quick. Hello, kitten. Do you guys like hitting cats, or is it just me? I don't like hit them. I just kind of beat them a little bit, you know? They need beatings sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta beat that pussy up. Oh, Dusty Joe FPV says hats at the merch store. I can totally do that. Here, let's go look. I don't have any yet, but there's nothing to stop me from doing it. Which design do you want on it, man? The OG logo. I can do the new school logo. I can do kill all carbon. Stop it! For real, stop it. I'm gonna come in there and attack you with a shovel and a hammer. Teespring. Hold on. Make sure nothing weird loads. Sorry, smoothing. Okay. So here's the different logos. Nice, Michael. Yeah, get back to me with that quad setup and I'll take a look either tonight or tomorrow. We can do Clam Man, Never Give Up, the collective, this collective, the old school logo, the NASA ripoff logo, Nut Grabber, and then there's Kill All Carbon. I think those are really all. Oh, I could also do the, the new the new Nintendo looking logo too. What do you want? What do you want on the hat? Teespring. I just want to go to regular old Teespring so we can look at the hat. Yo, Doom Rider, this FPV crate mat is so fucking nice. It's got it's like neoprene, so like your stuff doesn't like move all around on it. I've never been so happy with a mat. Dusty Joe, what do you want? OG? Okay, Dusty Joe wants OG. Which hat do you want? Where the hell is it in here? Hold on, let me make sure it doesn't show anything weird. Here we go. Okay, cool. What kind of, you want a bucket hat? Yo, you want a bucket hat? I know you want that bucket hat. Oh, he wants the bucket hat. Ugh. No bucket hats. I have right of refusal. Where the hat's at? Hat's not apparel? Oh, it's an access. Is it an accessory? I don't think it was. What? I guess it is an accessory. Okay. Do more people want hats? Do you guys want hats? Oh, bucket hat. We got to do a fucking Clam Man bucket hat, don't we? Cloth face mask. Where the hats at? Here we go. Okay. So there's a snapback, there's a trucker hat, and there's a dad cap. Dad cap. Fuck you, Teespring. How dare you? Hold on, let me look at pictures of all three of them. What is happening? Work! Alright, so yeah, snapback. I just want to look at the pictures a little bit cleaner. Yeah, we all know snapbacks. And then trucker hat with the fucking panels and shit. I don't think I would necessarily want to do a trucker hat. I'm gonna call shenanigans on the trucker hat. So it's either a dad cap or a snapback. And I could just do both of them. But which one do you want? Trucker? Oh, of course. Alright, fuck it. I'll do it. I'll do it, Dusty. I'll do it. Let me go to my store and then start the process. How the fuck do I do that? Teespring makes it so hard. Like when you go to your store, it's hard to find like the thing and the place. Kitten, you are gonna get beaten. And it's gonna be me. Yeah, keep biting my ankles. Watch what happens to you. Right, hold on. FPV trucker says what's wrong with the trucker hat. The mesh side, like they kind of fall apart, don't they? I remember when I used to have those kind of hats, the plastics would all go to hell. Hey, don't bite me. What is wrong with you? You know what? You are going with your mother. Fuck you, you little jerk. Yeah, don't they fall apart? Isn't that why I moved from trucker hats to cloth hats when I was a kid? How the hell do I start a new... There it is. Start designing. Okay, cool. As long as I open this up and select the item, it's just my reminder. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, that's interesting. Dusty Joe says hot as balls. Wow, I never even thought of that. Yeah, the plastic mesh on the side will let your head breathe. No shit. Truckers have hot heads, I guess. Accessories... And all right, so I'm gonna do a trucker hat. Does anybody want a dad cap or a snapback with any of the logos? If I'm adding hats, I might as well add a bunch of hats. And I'm gonna try to add a different tote bag. I think maybe there's another. I think maybe I saw another bag. FPV Trucker says I only wear fitted. Oh yeah, I don't think they have fitted hats. James Flores says, do I really need a 50 volt cap for 6S? Those things are gigantic. LMA also stretch fit hat. You do not, James. Just run the, what are they, 35s? Just run the 35,000 UF that everybody runs. Paul McDonald says, any of those have any of those elastic backed ones? It doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. Keep crying. Yep. Keep doing that. I'm gonna throw you off the balcony when this stream ends. I swear I won't, guys. I swear I don't. I swear I don't torture the cat. I swear to God. Martin Wynn with a €10 super chat. He says, just woke up in the UK and Ciotti is live. Back to you soon, sir, for flying lessons. Very cool, Martin. Ready when you are, man. Remy Tim says, I'd rock a collective logo bucket hat. Would you really? If you want me to make it, I will. I swear to God. Like, it does not take long. It really, like... yeah, it's really, really easy to do. I will have to bug Kristen for some of these designs, though. I don't have some of these designs, but she's got them on her computer somewhere. Remy Tim says, give me bucket hat or give me death. What logo? Fucking A. The fucking bucket hat. Oh my God. Look at this fucking thing. Look at this goddamn thing. Holy shit. What colors you guys got? Oh, it's totally gonna be fucking pastel pink. There it is. There it is. Oh, yes. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. No, come on. Add image. Oh yeah, we are fucking doing this, friends. We are doing this. I want to go here, and I want to go to logo, and oh my God, yeah, this is gonna be just ridiculous. Yeah, it's gonna help a lot. Just keep crying. I didn't hear you the first 72 times. Oh, it's not gonna look right. The red on the pink is gonna look stupid. Hold on, ready? Oh, what the why? Why would it put it in there like that? In what world would anyone want that? Okay, we gotta go like this. This is what we need. Gotta get it on that front panel. How the hell do I line this up? I guess I just have to freeball it. Alright. I think that's somewhat centered. Let's see. Done. What the hell happened here? Why is it like the... Oh, that front panel is huge. Wow, so I really need to shrink it down. How do I get back into the... There it is. Design. Jesus. Yeah, I gotta really shrink it down. Okay. That should be better. Oh, wow. It still looks awful. Good God. What is happening? Why is it stretching like that? I'm gonna make it really small, aren't I? Like that? Is that it? Barton says my daughter would wear that to a rape. I guess I have to put it on there like that, but man, that looks awful. Why does it look so bad? Jesus Christ. It says panel front, so I mean, you would think that that would be... I don't know. It looks terrible. Mauer. Dan, what? This is not a great logo for it. It looks just terrible. It just looks terrible. Even in white, it's gonna look awful, isn't it? I don't think it's meant. I don't think it's meant for a logo. I think it's meant for like a fucking floral print. You know what I mean? But whatever you guys want, just tell me and I'll do it. James Flores wants the bucket. If we're gonna do the bucket, I can't. Like, this looks awful, doesn't it? Like, you guys aren't gonna want to wear that, are you? Oh, you know what I have to do? I know what I have to do. I have to curve it. I have to curve the logo with the, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, the reason why it looks so stupid is because this panel is curved, so I've got to curve the logo with the panel. You know what I mean? And then I think it'll look normal. I'm not gonna do that here. I gotta fuck around with Photoshop to do that. I gotta fuck around and find out to do that. Shoot me messages though. Tell me what you guys want, and I'll spend some time. It won't take much time though. It's too easy. I'm gonna wrap this up. Let me get caught up on chat, and I'm gonna wrap this up. Oh, repeating clam mans. Oh, fuck. No, but see, the same thing is gonna happen with Clam Man. It's gonna warp the shit out of him. It's gonna look terrible. It has to be like leaves, you know. It can't be like, I don't know. We'll fuck around with it. We'll mess around with it. I'm not in the mood right now though. It's late, and I'm hungry. Remy Tim says collective logo. Anyways, we'll do an entire live stream. We will. God damn it. I guess I have to do it now. It's fine. We're going to do an entire live stream where we design a bucket hat. All right? I don't know when it's going to be. And then you lunatics are going to actually buy them. And it's going to get real weird. It's going to get real fucking weird. But I think what we'll do is we'll put, like, everything. We'll put, like, all the logos on it. And I'll try to take the logos and like I'll try to make it. That's why it's gonna have to be a whole live stream, because I'm gonna struggle with Photoshop and pee my pants, and it's gonna be bad. But it'll be good. So yeah, there's that. Oh man, I totally. I fucking love my life. Alright guys, I think I'm caught up on the chat. Am I caught up on the chat? Metal Dixon says, perfect for getting stranded on an uncharted desert island. James Flores says, I want the bucket. Remy Tim says, collective logo always. Alright, I'm out of here. I love you guys. Every single one of you. Be good. Don't do drugs, and don't be mean to women. Be nice to women. All right. Dusty Joe says, sorry, not sorry for starting this greatness. Wait, Dusty, you want the old logo on the trucker hat, right? Let me, I want to make sure that I don't not do, I want to make sure I do that one for sure for you. Let me do it. What do I have to... Let me make it. Hold on. Here we go. Start designing. What's up, June Logo? You got here just in time for me to end the stream. Sorry. Let me design it, man. What's happening? Oh. No, see? What? Let me design it. Is it because I have this one open? Alright, we're going to design the bucket hat together. Maybe it can only have one open at a time? Let me design it, you son of a bitch. Start designing. No, what? Oh, it's embroidery. Oh. 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 Oh boy, look at all these questions. All right. He opened his mouth, but nothing came out. He looked right at me. He opened his mouth. He just... Alright, guys, I'm gonna... James Flores says, I'm gonna go do drugs right now. Me too, James. Love you guys. Be good. Here's some flying. Hold on, let me give you some epidemic sounds, too. I said that like a mental patient. Here's some more. You guys are probably sick of seeing me flying around that field. Here's some. I can't have you continue to cry like this, Cat. I'm gonna come out there with a hammer and a shovel. I'm gonna hit you with the hammer and I'm gonna bury you with the shovel. Alright, here's some flying. Love you guys. I promise I won't kill the cat. I promise I'll be nice to him. Here comes some flying. Just gotta pull some stuff off the side of the screen. Okay, here you go. Yeah, there you go. Whee!